Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, a big ranking for the SUNY Oswego Online Business Program.
And a new development on campus, answers regarding Mahar Hall and the Hewitt Quad.
Plus, the latest on the two fraternities facing suspensions at SUNY Oswego.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Joshua Madison.
And I'm Julianne Fike. Our top story tonight, two fraternities here at SUNY Oswego have been suspended by the school. Sigma Tau Chi, which had just returned this semester after being suspended for the past few years, was suspended on February 19th. Soon followed Psi Phi Gamma, which was suspended on the 22nd.
The suspensions appeared this week on SUNY Oswego's website for registered fraternities and sororities, but they are not yet listed on the school's website for suspended and unrecognized student organizations. At this time, the reasons for the suspensions are unknown, and they join a list of suspended organizations including Kappa Sigma, Tau Kappa Epsilon, and the Oswego State Cheerleading Squad.
We have reached out to SUNY Oswego for comment, but we have not heard back.
SUNY Oswego's online bachelor's degree business program was ranked #1 in public schools in New York by both U.S. News and World Report. The school's online Masters of Business Administration ranked #2 in the same ranking. The online Masters of Education ranked 5th, and the overall bachelor's degree program was ranked 7th. SUNY Oswego said these rankings highlight Oswego's academic quality, value, and dedication to online learning.
The Village housing selection is happening this week. Students who are eligible can join the lottery in their housing portal. The Village is townhouse apartments designed for upperclassmen who want to live away from the dorms. With just under an hour left, matched groups of 4 to 6 were able to join today between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Not fully matched groups can join tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
SUNY Oswego's Office of International Education and Programming is inviting new proposals for faculty-led study abroad programs. All proposals are welcome, especially new and repeating programs in UK, Ireland, France, and Spain. The deadline to submit a proposal is March 15th or May 15th, depending on the date you wish to travel.
SUNY Oswego will be celebrating Stress-Free Week. The school will be offering a variety of stress-free events throughout the week. They'll start off with a movie and goat yoga, and the school will close it out with some games and trivia. The full schedule can be found on the school's website, and events will fill up on a first-come, first-served basis.
Tonight, Student Engagement and Leadership held a trivia night in the Murano cafeteria. Students competed for prizes answering all types of questions. Team Squid came out on top tonight, featuring our very own Joe Seidman and Dylan Zielinski. They will be holding another trivia game show during Stress-Free Week in March.
A book from a former CBS Evening News anchor, Nora O'Donnell, about the unsung women of American history features Oswego's own Dr. Mary Walker. The book, titled We the Women, The Hidden Heroes Who Shaped America, was released today and features women such as Hillary Clinton and Amy Coney Barrett, and many more. Walker was born in Oswego and graduated from Central Medical College, becoming the second woman in U.S. history to become a medical doctor and later becoming the only woman to earn a Medal of Honor.
Starting on February 5th, the quad and Mahar Hall was surrounded with caution tape and cones, creating a temporary fence to prevent pedestrians from entering the area.
Reporter Sohad Hamoud has further developments on the next plan in the sector.
This month, SUNY students saw unexpected changes by SUNY Oswego's quad and Mahar Hall. But a campus-wide email confirmed an area spanning half the quad would be fenced off until January 2029. SUNY Oswego Associate Vice President for Facility Services, Mitch Fields, says it's all part of a complete overhaul of Mahar Hall.
Mahar is being completely renovated top to bottom. There'll be a demolition phase where they remove everything in the building except the structural elements. They will remove all the hazardous material.
Fields says when Mahar Hall is complete, it will be aesthetically similar to Hewitt Hall.
It will be mostly the humanities that are in that building. There will be a dean suite. It will be very similar, I think, stylistically to Hewitt Hall. You'll start to see a lot more of those informal student spaces in Mahar.
Through these plans, paths for students coming from West Campus have changed routes to reach Penfield Library and Lanigan Hall. CLA Computer Lab Assistant in Penfield Library, Kyle Fisher, says routines for students are bound to change.
Routine I had gotten into, getting things done at a certain time, leaving at a certain time, and now it just kind of threw all that off.
During renovations, this shortcut may be faster, but on a rainy day like today, it may not be the safest path. In Oswego, Saad Hamoud, Oswego.
Thanks, Soad. With another winter weather advisory across the area, temperatures here in Oswego have dropped once again.
You're right, Josh. And with a quick look at the forecast, here's Storm Team 10 meteorologist Eric Drayden.
Thanks, guys. It is crazy to think that even though that big storm is well off our coast at this point, we still have some more snow and advisories to look forward to. So right now we're looking at a winter weather advisory tomorrow starting around early 1 a.m. and it's going to continue until Thursday. We have little relief to start off the weekend as we do see that we start popping into the 40s, and after that it won't get much warmer, unfortunately, because we will receive some snow later in the week, but we are looking at a possible snow-free weekend, which I will get more into in my full forecast. But for now, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Eric. A longtime Oswego County bar owner Rose Anthony passed away on Sunday. Her passing comes just 2 weeks after her 100th birthday. Rose took full ownership of the bar back in 1975 and worked in the bar living above it until the day she passed. The bar posted the announcement of her passing saying she died peacefully, and the comments flooded with people showing their love and the support for the beloved owner.
The Town of Palermo Supervisor Patricia Redhead didn't file an annual financial report from 2021 to 2024. The last time a financial report was filed was July 21st, 2021, almost 150 days past the filing date. Redhead didn't record financial activities in the town's accounting system. As a result, the books were unbalanced and missing records. Redhead and the town board say they agree with the audit and plan on creating a plan to fix it.
The charges have been reduced in a recent Syracuse University hate crime for one of the two students. Kyle Anderson was charged with burglary as a hate crime and criminal nuisance. Judge Derek Thomas reduced the charges to 1 count of criminal trespass that could be dropped if Anderson stays out of trouble for 6 months. Anderson was accused of following fellow student Samuel Patton to a Jewish fraternity during a Rosh Hashanah dinner. Anderson entered the home, throwing pork on the walls and floors of the entryway. Patton still has all of his charges, including a hate crime and criminal trespass.
Now to Boonville, where members of the Abundant Life Fellowship gathered together for their first service since their church was destroyed in an explosion. The service was held in Adirondack High School just 5 days after the explosion. It was announced that the explosion was caused by a damaged propane fuel line. The pastor and a firefighter have been released from the hospital, while 2 others remain in critical condition.
Earlier today, the Compass hosted a guest speaker discussing employer expectations and interviewing.
Here's Leon Brooker with more.
Thank you. Today I attended the Art of Interviewing and Meeting Employer Expectations in the Career Services Center. This event's goal was to help students who are entering the work field prepare and practice key tips for interviews with companies that they are interested in. I interviewed Jody Giaroso from Enterprise Mobility to help gain perspective from employers.
On hold. Now we're in over 90 countries. A big thing we're looking for is people who come in and they want to make an impact right away. They, you're gonna learn, we're gonna teach you things, but we're looking for people who are eager, that they want to come in, they want to move up through the process, so that they really bring that work ethic in every day. They bring a positive attitude. The things are changing so quick right now, but we want people to come in with that fresh perspective of how they can come in and make an impact with a company, that they don't just want to kind of sit back and wait, that they want to make an impact right away. I think a big thing is did they do research on the company? Do they know what the position is about that they're getting into? But once again, I hit on it earlier, but that positive attitude, that they, when they're talking about their past experiences, was it positive experiences, or are they always just hitting on the negative. So sometimes people do that is they'll kind of put down the last position they had instead of a positive spin on what they learned throughout the process. So really, when you're coming in for that interview, how did you impact the last position you were at? That's something a recruiter picks up on right away is, did that person have a good experience where they're at, and can they bring that good experience to whatever company they're going to in office. And then after that, so a lot of things I was just going over in this session, we talk about the STAR method about answering questions, because even though you get that initial job, you should always be wanting to grow and continue to grow up through hopefully that organization that you go into. So whether that's an internal promotion into another role, you're always going to need interviewing techniques. So no matter where you get, it doesn't stop, and it always helps with that. But interviewing is just that communication, the talking base. So it's, whether it's talking to a customer or a colleague, but what we're trying to teach too is not just getting the first initial job, working your way up, growing with that organization, and how can you make sure you're getting all those steps.
You can learn more about events like this by visiting the Career Services Center in Marano Campus Center. Another thing to look out for is the upcoming Career Fair. I'm Leon Brooker. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Leon. Still ahead tonight, the latest on the blizzard that struck the Big Apple, what the mayor has to say about the conditions of the city.
Plus, new body cam footage from a state police officer who was struck by a vehicle. More on the accident when we come back.
Welcome back to the DK experience. Go back to your job.
Every NFL fan has played for the last 15 games. They beat.
Writing a letter to the NFL fans? Get out of here with that.
Let me finish. No,
finish.
Stop.
Johnny Manziel, that guy, he's a loser.
No, that's. Oh.
Watch the DK experience.
Is there anything interesting happening in here? Joe, is there anything interesting happening in here?
Yes, there is some interesting stuff tonight. We're doing our weather outside. Our quick weather.
Never mind. Bro.
Lexi, I'm sorry to cut you off for tonight.
Good evening and welcome back. I'm your WTOP Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Eric Drayton. Same time, same place, different weather. Right now in Oswego, it is 15 degrees Fahrenheit with a dew point of 8. Humidity only 74. Pressure a little high, nothing to worry about. The wind is going pretty slow, southeast at 3 miles per hour, nothing much. The advisory I was talking about earlier, winter weather advisory, is going to be starting tomorrow at 1 a.m. and continue into Thursday morning, 7 a.m. and a small craft advisory, so if you have a boat, maybe don't take it out onto the lake. That's what they're saying. Taking a look one more time at Sunday's observed forecast from the nor'easter. Oswego, you received 0.7 inches. Syracuse came in at 3, Albany 4.4, Central Park just under 20. Suffolk County, Long Island, you saw almost 30 inches coming at 29.1. All of those numbers were definitely a little bit more than what the model said. Right now, it is 15 degrees in Fulton, Watertown, also 15 degrees, 20 all the way in Rochester, 24 in Buffalo, and you see up here at Tupper Lake, it is just dropping all the way down to 11, way below freezing, almost 10 Now, in Oswego, one more time, 27 degrees, 28 in Syracuse. That's where you saw excessive snowfall, and you're going to see it one more time starting at Wednesday. All this heavy snow that comes in to start the week, you'll see it comes in and it drops a huge amount, dropping your temperature and leaving even more accumulation. Then at times like this, at Wednesday at 2:30, in the middle of the day, all that snow gets picked up, possibly dropping your visibility with blowing snow. That snow will clear out Thursday, and as we continue into Thursday morning, we have a thin snow band sitting just below Oswego, which again is going to drop even more snow on you. And going into the weekend, just at the end of the Thursday, all that's going to clear out, but your temperatures are going to drop significantly, almost 0 for Watertown, other places just below 20. Wednesday, the Lakers will be playing the Bengals in their quarterfinal game. It's going to be 37 degrees, and at night it's going to drop down to 22. So as you're leaving the game, make sure that you have a coat. I hope that the Lakers win. Now, 37 for Wednesday one more time, 27 for Thursday, chance of PM showers the whole time, 36 for Friday, Saturday 41, and then you'll see Sunday, it drops down to 24, Monday all the way down to 21, and cutting off at Tuesday, 32 degrees. But right now, that is all from me for my full forecast.
Though the storm may be over, that does not mean that the danger to vulnerable New Yorkers has passed. Please continue to keep an eye out for anyone at risk. An enhanced Code Blue remains in effect through Wednesday morning. Shelters will continue to operate with an open door policy. No one will be turned away. Outreach workers will continue canvassing across all 5 boroughs to bring homeless New Yorkers inside.
This afternoon, New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani warning New Yorkers about the dangers of the ongoing winter weather. The Big Apple faced blizzard-like conditions to start the week, with massive snow totals across the areas. Schools reopened this morning, but the blizzard dumped over 2 feet of snow as the tri-state area faces what could be its worst winter storm in a decade.
The blizzard affecting New York City and thousands more across the region, and now many are facing power outages and travel troubles.
Michael Yoshida was in Boston this afternoon reporting on the current conditions of the Northeast.
The big dig out started here in Boston following that massive winter storm that hammered the Northeast. Here in South Boston, or south, you can see just these cars buried all of this snow that's piled up following plows moving through this neighborhood. Here in Boston, they got more than 1.5 feet of snow, but from Boston to Philadelphia, New York, even Providence, some areas getting more than 3 feet of snow. That means a lot of work for these snow plow crews. You can see they've done a good job at least going through the main part of the street, but still a lot of snow piling up. And take a look at this. There's something unique to this area. These space savers. People have come out, they've dug out their cars, they've dug out the space, but to make sure they don't lose this valuable space, we've got a chair, we've got a skateboard marking that territory so someone else can't come in here and grab it. But, you know, it's not just all of this snow that's causing trouble for travel, it's also causing big issues for power across the Northeast. Still some hundreds of thousands of customers in various states being impacted by power outages. Utility companies, elected officials asking for patience, saying yes, they were prepared for this. They staged crews, but it's going to take some time to repair those power lines, repair those power poles. And again, it could be potentially several days for some of those hardest hit areas until the lights come back on. Obviously, a lot of work ahead following this massive winter storm. In Boston, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
A blizzard warning is in effect for all 5 boroughs of New York City, Long Island, and much of New Jersey, with strong winds and heavy snow expected to persist through the region.
Another headline out of New York City as multiple NYPD officers were hit with snowballs in Washington Square Park, with several injuries being reported. The NYPD is looking for 2 people after the incident. Although Mayor Mamdani does not believe that anyone should be charged in the snowball fight, the mayor now faces backlash from the Police Benevolent Association, blasting the mayor's response as a failure of leadership. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch stated that the incident still remains under investigation.
Now to a developing headline out of Duane near the Canadian border. Shocking body camera footage showing a New York State trooper that was hit by a car this morning. The accident happening around 8 a.m. at the intersection of State Route 458 and State Route 30. Troopers on the scene were able to immediately provide medical attention, and the officer that was struck by the vehicle was treated at the hospital and is already back on duty. The 21-year-old driver told the troopers he missed the stop sign because of the sun glare.
Today, the president will speak about his agenda. He may say it's time to move on from this Epstein thing. Mr. President, today we are saying we will not move on and the world is not moving on.
President Trump just took the stage at 9 for his first State of the Union address in his second presidential term. Trump is expected to talk about the economy, immigration, and focusing on his deportation efforts. House Minority Leader Katherine Clark and other Democratic lawmakers are skipping the address in protest, while others like Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer say they plan to attend and sit in defiance.
Following their gold medal win Sunday in Italy, the USA men's hockey team visited President Trump at the White House. USA forward Matthew Tkachuk posted photos on social media of the team on a government plane and arriving in Washington, D.C. Trump administration aides also shared photos and videos of the visit. Images show the team throughout the White House, including a group photo with the president in the Oval Office. Still ahead tonight, our picture of the week will be revealed.
But first, our sports anchor Casey DeSalle dives into some Laker playoff action and exciting boxing return. We'll be right back.
I saw bread, and I want some bread.
I feel like the amount of work that we get here is very different than a community college. So at my last school, we had at least an essay a week that was due for any given class.
Yeah. Also make you really feel because you're starting in the fall, where it's kind of like, well, still good sport.
If it's hockey,
In front, they score!
it's on Hockey Talk. Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Their behavior against easy teams, how do you lose to the Bruins twice?
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, Mondays at 9:30 after East Coast hockey games. Only on WTOP.
Oh boy!
Come across.
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy! I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon.
Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here. Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still?
Joe, I'm gonna sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Casey DeSalle with your sports rundown. The Oswego men's hockey team will begin their postseason journey tomorrow night against Buffalo State. The Lakers faced the Bengals twice this year and handled them pretty easily both times, with their last contest happening this past Saturday with a score of 6-1. The winner of tomorrow night's contest will advance to the semifinal round, which is this Saturday, the 28th. Puck drop for the quarterfinal matchup is 7 p.m. tomorrow at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. After winning the SUNYAC championship for the first time in history last year, the Oswego women's lacrosse team takes the field for their first game of the season tomorrow. They'll be kicking off the season as the preseason favorites to win the SUNYAC and go back-to-back. Lakers are headed down south to face the SUNY Poly Wildcats, and they'll look to carry their momentum from last season at 5 p.m. tomorrow evening. More playoff action took place earlier tonight, but this time on the basketball court. The Oswego men's basketball team beat down the Mooresville Mustangs in the first round of the SUNYAC championship 66-87. Thanks to a career-high 29 points from Jason McGee. The Lakers will advance to the semifinal round to face the Oneonta Red Dragons on Thursday at the G. Hal Chase Gymnasium at 5:30 p.m. Now, in some local high school basketball, or maybe UFC. West Genesee basketball player Ryan Sapio suffered a concussion after a Cochran player missed a free throw, went back on defense, and then slapped him. Syracuse.com posted this photo where you can clearly see the marking on his eyeball. And pretty big blow there. The Camillus Police Department has decided to launch an investigation for this incident. Before the game ended, Sapio was checked back into the game and received hugs from players on both teams. Now for some NFL news. The New York Jets and Breece Hall are still in contract talks ahead of the deadline on March 3rd. However, General Manager Darren Moogie said today that if the two sides cannot reach an agreement within a week, the tag will be used on their star running back. This move will take the most desired running back in free agency off the board. Hall was one of the Jets' best weapons, coming off a career high of 1,065 rushing yards. Now let's step into the ring for some exciting news. Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao will be stepping into the ring to face off one more time. The boxers are set to fight on September 19th at the Sphere in Las Vegas on Netflix. This bout is a rematch of their record-setting 2015 fight. Will Mayweather win again, or will it become Pacquiao's time to shine? Now let's head over to Little Caesars Arena, where the Spurs took on the Pistons. There's Cade Cunningham dapping his teammates up just before tip-off. Starting us off, De'Aaron Fox is going to find Van Sella at the top of the key for a 3-ball. Spurs went with it again. Stephon Castle finds the Vassell in the corner. Bullseye, 2 for 2 from 3 to start the game. Next possession, Fox drives to the paint. Finds Vassell in the corner. In the corner. 3 in a row from deep. He is on fire. Later in the opening quarter, Cade Cunningham takes it inside and dishes it out to Ronald Holland II for another triple. It's raining threes early on in Detroit. Moving ahead to the third quarter, we got a close one as Cunningham drives in for the floater off the iron, but rebounded by Jalen Duren, who puts it in for the 2 and the lead. But the Spurs were too persistent in this one. In the fourth, up by 9, Victor Wembanyama kicks it out to Vassell. Bullseye. He can't miss from deep. Fox looking for the dagger here at the end of the game. Air balls, rebounded by Vassell, out to Castle. Throw it up and slam it down. Wembanyama with the dagger. The Spurs go on to win 114-103, and Vassell had 28 points, going 7 of 11 from beyond the arc. Stay tuned for our Picture of the Week. We'll be right back here on WTOP-10.
I'm scared of Joe.
That's how you hit. Okay.
Okay.
Let me show you because your team is a filthy.
You don't know how to score, right?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Just like that.
That's actually. Let me show you the Bronx Bomber way of doing it. Ready? Ready?
I swear to God. Oh my God.
Everyone.
All right, put the bat down.
The numbers like.
Sorry, Julian.
You're right. Sorry.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges. You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat most Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have the show for you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP-10.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 News. It's time to reveal our Picture of the Week.
Our winner this week was submitted by Assistant News Director Joe Seidman.
Joe, along with other WTOP members pictured here, won trivia night in the Murano cafeteria earlier tonight.
If you would like to submit a picture for next Tuesday, you can email producers Logan Russo or Eddie McAlpine.
Well, that's our report for tonight.
Be sure to stay tuned for the debut of the